Hey, BookTube Sean here, and today I'm going to be doing my July TBR, and I have a very, very ambitious July planned out. In fact, if I get through everything, it'll be my most epic reading month ever in my life. I'm probably not going to get through everything, but this is all the stuff I would at least like to try and get through in the month of July. If you see my last couple of videos, you'll know that I'm going to be switching to a weekly format of just a book chat. So this will probably be the only month encompassing TBR video that I do, but I wanted to get this out here. So the month of July, and I actually had to write all this down because I film on my phone, and that's where my checklist was of the stuff that I'm trying to get to. Some of these are already in process. Some of these are graphic novels, so they're a little quicker reads. So, I don't know, July is 31 days. My wife is in a play right now. I got a little bit more in reading time than I normally do. She's actually assistant directing a play after she gets done performing in this one. So I got a lot of nights to myself, too. And I'm pre-recording some videos today. This is probably the third or fourth time you've seen this same shirt in a video because I'm doing a lot of recording today. Anyway, here we go. My ambitious July. First book is All the Light We Cannot See, which I've actually already got in progress. I'm 137 pages into this. This is, so far, two separate stories of a young girl and a German boy. The girl is blind right now. So far, her and her dad have had to flee because of a German attack, and the young boy is going to some sort of German school to learn engineering. That's as much as I know about it right now. The next one is already in process, and this is Allie Smith's Public Library. This is a book of short stories of just about books and language and libraries, and it's really, really, really good. The stories are very endearing. It's the best way I guess I can describe it, but you should definitely check it out. The next one that I have in process, and I know I will not finish this one this month. This is as long as I finish it by September, I think is my hopeful deadline, by the time the movie comes out. And that is My White Whale, Stephen King's It. Still a little over 800 pages to go in this bad boy. The next one that I have in process is Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey, which is the second book in the Expanse series. I'm actually only a couple hundred pages away from the end of that one. I should just buckle down and finish it. The next one I started is The Deep by Nick Cutter. This is a horror novel. It's his second horror novel. I wanted to start with The Troop, but it wasn't in at the library, and I already had The Deep on my Kindle. So I went ahead and started that, and this is a underwater, way underwater, like if the structure cracks, they're dead, kind of horror novel. So I'm just starting to get into the underwater horror of it, and so far I'm hopeful that it's going to be really good. It's so far checking my horror buttons. The next one that I have in process is Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb, the second book in the Farseer trilogy. And I'm actually going to, I think, participate in the Hobb-a-long. Sam from Sam's Nonsense, and I'll link her channel below, has a Goodreads group, and she is going to be rereading the entire Robin Hobb series. So I think I'm going to join in on that, and once they get to Royal Assassin. Once the Royal Assassin discussion threads are created, I think I'll buckle down on that one and get into that and participate in that, and so I can participate in the discussions and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to get into that because I've been trying to get through this series for a long time. The other one I have in process already is another book of short stories called Diamonds and Moths. And if you saw my Book Riot Read Harder Challenge video, and I'll link that below, then you'll know that this is the book I am reading for the Read a Book from a Small Press. And I'll even link the Amazon page where I got this book from on there, because so far I'm enjoying the short stories, and them being a micropress, they won't get their name out there as well. I can't think of the name of the press right now, but it is in my Read Harder video. Now, that's all the books I have in process already. Now, the books I want to get to in the month of July, some of them I know I will get to in the month of July, some of them I just hope to get to in the month of July, some of them are library books, and we'll see if I get to them in the month of July before I have to take them back. But there's a couple books that I know I'm definitely going to get to in the month of July, and the first one of those is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Now, if you watched my fantasy bingo video, which I'll link below, then you'll know that I wasn't sure if I wanted to start this series yet, not knowing when the third book came out. But Elliot Brooks from the Elliot Brooks channel, I'll link her channel below, asked if I wanted to buddy read it this month. So I'm going to be buddy reading that book with her. The next couple of books, one of them I'm definitely going to get to. The other one, if I get to it, great. If not, maybe I'll listen to it on audio because I can get the audio book from Overdrive. But Kitty G and Elena from Elena Reads Books are doing a project where they're reading the winners of the Wellcome Prize. And they're going to do monthly live chats at the end of each month. And when they've read the book for a particular year, they're going to do a live broadcast at the end of the month to discuss the books with anybody who is reading along with them. And it sounds really cool. The Wellcome Prize is books, either fiction or nonfiction, that have to do with medicine and wellness. So the book they are reading for the month of July for that is called Keeper. And I'm also might read, what they're going to do is read a winner and a book off the short list. And I might try and read either the same book off the short list as one of them are reading, or I might try an entirely different book so I have something new to talk about in the discussion, if I can even watch the live chats, if I'm even available to watch the live when they do it. But the books sound great, so I want to read the books anyway, whether I can participate in the live chats or not. So the book on the short list I might get to, I might not, is called Intuition. I don't really know a whole lot about it. Just when I read the descriptions, it sounded interesting to me. That's the one I can get on audio on Overdrive, so I might listen to it. The next book that I will definitely get to this month is The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. The third book comes out in August. I have it pre-ordered. I'll get it. Amazon will send it to me so that I have it day it comes out, and I do not want to wait. I don't want to have to wait to still finish this before I get into that when it comes. So I'm reading this in July. The next one I checked out from the library the other day. The book Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier is having a big kind of resurgence on BookTube lately, and I'm interested in reading the book because I'm familiar. I haven't seen the movie, but I am familiar with the movie, and the premise has always intrigued me. But my library doesn't have Rebecca, but they did have a copy of My Cousin Rachel, so I still wanted to check out some Daphne du Maurier, and this one sounded kind of very gothic-y and interesting to me, so I was surprised that they had the brand new movie tie-in cover. Apparently, I tried to check it out, and it said it was in transit. So I was at the self-checkout, so I went up to the desk, and she was having trouble with it too. And she looked, and she said, she asked me, did you find this on the shelf? Yeah, it was right on the shelf. And she goes, okay, well, you found it first. So she got it checked out to me. If somebody else was supposed to get it, I apologize. I'll try to get it as quickly as I can so that you can get it. But definitely interested in reading this. I read the first chapter, and it's pretty good so far. I mean, it's the first chapter. We can't tell much from the first chapter, but I definitely like her writing style. So I'm intrigued already by the first chapter. Next, there's a few graphic novels I checked out from the library that I want to get to. In my wrap-up video, you saw that I read volumes 1 and 2 of Lazarus, so I want to get to volumes 3 and 4 of Lazarus, and by the time you see this, I probably will have already read these two, because they're pretty quick reads. The next one, I have always wanted to read the Watchmen graphic novel, and I've never gotten to it. Sorry, the library binding is glaring. But the library had it, and I went ahead and grabbed it. If I get to it, great. If not, no sweat. I'll check it out again. This next one, I should have put in my books in process, but I didn't because I actually already started it. But it is Pastoralia by George Saunders, one of his books of short stories. And so far, the first story is really good. I like his writing style. I've never read any George Saunders. I've been wanting to check him out because I keep hearing about him on BookTube. So, yeah, checking him out finally. And this last one is, again, if I get to it, great. If not, no sweat. I'll check it out again. And that is Sworn to Silence by Linda Castillo. And I've been hearing some good things about her thrillers, so I wanted to check them out. This is the first book in this character's series, so yeah, we'll see. And oh shoot, there is one more on here on this list that I didn't mention because I didn't have a physical copy of it right here. But I did check out from Overdrive it's a nonfiction book called Stiff, and it is stories about human cadavers and what is done in human cadavers, how people use them, and like I said, it's nonfiction. It's by Mary Roach. I've started it. I should have been in my books in progress, but so far it's kind of intriguing. So we'll see if I get it done before Overdrive takes it back. And anyway, that's it. That's my very, very, very ambitious July TBR. So if I get through these, wow. Yeah. Like I said, there's definitely ones I will definitely get through this month. And I stated those. But the others are wishful thinking. Anyway, if you've read any of these, let me know in the comments what you thought of them. If you like this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video.